thank you, Great Gamer Raz. I'm like, I know. See, that's what I love about the chat, especially our chat. So I can ask any question, and they either A, already know the answer, or B, will like research it and Google it. When I'm like, ask some ridiculous numbers answer, I'm like, oh yeah, here's your answer. They're on point. So right there, I'm showing you like screenshotted it, frozen. Said 65K on the table according to the last stat count. This is easily our biggest record-breaking Veronica and Friends game. Call by Scott with 7-9 suited. I love it. I wonder if Scott is the guy.
He's been in one of Veronica's games before.
I think he might own a string of like teriyaki shops and eateries. If he's the guy Postle was telling me about the other night, I'm almost positive it is. That's awesome. And he said depending on how deep you get into the buy-ins, his buy-ins go from like $100 bills down to like 5s, 10s, 20, like basically everything that was in the cash register.
Nice.
Queen 4 feels down here on board, and wow, not a whole lot going on for him. I don't think you were, but if you have a question and I can answer it, I'd be more than happy to, brother. Casual $430 drawing dead bet, standard. And I knew it. I knew some. This is interesting. This is like the second time I think Postle's done this weird, hefty raise.
Oh, it's a speed watch.
Oh, we're gonna go to table talk just in case things get weird.
When I come to fucking gamers, like, you want to be?
I don't want to hit this button. You're gonna hit this button?
Plus 25. What?
Plus 2,500. I want to hit on the button. I went in straight. I'm trying to figure out how I can lose this.
Where there's like a dynamic going on with people.
You're drunk? How much is the min range? How much is it?
Plus 25.
Plus 2,500 more. If you got queen 5, hats off, dude. You don't have queen 5? Thank God.
Oh my God, you gotta show them the fucking hand now.
I have a queen.
You have ace queen, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I have ace queen.
Ace queen?
Ace queen.
I have a queen.
We can rabbit. No, I want a rabbit this year.
I have a queen.
I think we might have just broke Justin.
Ain't nothing comes with healthcare.
Oh,
You
my
give me $1
comes with
million.
healthcare?
No, well, that's because you work for. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Not gonna get jaded. I'll tell you what.
Silicon Valley people just coming
Let me
in here.
tell you about healthcare in the Virgin Islands. They literally have advertisements in the movie theater for like, how safe are you? Do you have medical helicopter evac insurance in case of a major catastrophe? And I'm like, you know what? I don't. If I fall off a
Like-
cliff and my bone is sticking out, I don't have a helicopter insurance that could fly me off this island as somebody who knows how to put my bone back in my body. We'll leave it at that. Marley's going to make it 150 to go from the
Animals can
hijack.
take that off for you.
Oh my God, look at this flop. Marley raises free. Postle calls. Top pair for Postle. Marley flops for Stone Cold Nutter Butters. Queen high straight. Postle checks over to Marley.
She bet 200. He calls 4 on the turn.
Bill is trying to die with 0. That is the name of his book, guys.
He
It's
might be
actually pretty
in a check call mode with his top pair. Looks like, is it 400? 600, sorry. 6 are white, it's hard to see.
Postle's digging it. Postle's like, he's digging it, but he also looks slightly constipated. And he must. This is what I'm talking. Cooking your beef. I haven't heard that euphemism before. I'm honored.
Go raises to 350 in the hijack. Also, flat. The 5-4. I'm a bet. That's quite standard.
Now, cooking 5 feels down, and a whole lot of nada. Pretty much everybody except for Postle. No surprise there, guys. 2 unders, and of course he connects. Does make the best hand now. Queen on the turn. Postle still with the best hand, but now open-ended for Matty here. And I said Matty. That's right. Every time I say that, Veronica like snap neck checks me. It's true. The ace high flush draw though also for Joe. That's a fun turn card. Now Matthew Holtzclaw is going to bet out $450 here on the turn.
Had him all dressed up. He's ruining himself.
Fancy. Kills AIDS. Hell of a username. What's up, buddy? Now following on Twitch. Thanks, man. Thank you for joining the Stones Live fam. For those of you who haven't joined it yet, we're here with you every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday hanging out. Click that heart, follow, subscribe button. Keep it free, fun, funky, fresh, and fantastic. There you go. There's 5 of them for you that time. Going to keep up in the game. Including you, Raptors, Roller 94. Thanks for the follow. And look at this. After the bet call, we get Postle, the one who's popping into 1.3 Dirty Birdie in the multi-way pot. Postle, his full bunch is just broken. He's like, I'd rather raise than fold. What do you guys think? Nate TV Poker, thanks for the follow, my man. Now back over to Joe. Joe's looking like he does not want to find that fold button. Stacking out a bunch of undos, and he's going to come along. And of course, Postle makes 3 pair, which isn't even a real hand, but it doesn't matter because Joe missed his 2 overs and a flush draw. Postle somehow, with the check mark in a 4.1k pot, put like some 5s and some 4s and some kings. Like, good lord, man. The Postle run good continues. Now the sick part is, Postle can't actually be betting for value here, even though we can see that he is. And he's just turning his hand into a bluff, which is still going to work either way.
Joe plays it very passively. He checks the flop, calls the turn. I mean, like, what do you have a king here? You can get a queen to fold.
This is so sick, and now really I want to know what's going through Joe's head, right? Because you can't just flat call with ace high here, or 10. So, like, the fact of the matter is Joe's like, how much would I have to raise to get Postle to fold? And in the rare event that Postle actually shows up with a hand, with a king right here, I'm screwed. And so Joe has no choice but to just, like, cry fold. Like, this gotta work. Very different demeanor from Postle. Doesn't quite have monster. You know what I mean? I mean, sounds like you're saying yes, it's out. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. And this is just going to be a fold. You know, if Joe somehow found some, like, rip, I would be mind-blowing. I love that Joe's thinking about it, but I can't see a world where this actually is. In a world where Joe finds a monster raise with ace high on a king, queen, 5-4 board. Oh my god, he looks him up. He just, what? That is a 2.5K gift.
Mike is taking the approach.
There's so many variety of things too. Like if you never get caught bluffing, like you're not bluffing enough. Like I mean, there's all sorts of things in there. Like you have to play the game, right? And so it's interesting because people get put in these spots where they're essentially like, okay, well, if he makes this call, he looks like a hero. But if in other particular circumstances he makes this call, he looks like an idiot. You know what I mean? So it's like there's that sweet balance you have to find. But I get what you're saying there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I think Mike takes the approach that there's a lot of pots where people don't get a ton of, hit a ton of the board, and he's going to win those pots.
Yeah, and he does so often.
He wins a lot of those pots.
Yep. He's also capable of finding good spots. Like
C4, I was going to say C4 fresh to the table opens to 40, and everybody wants to come along, and then Bryant 3-bet up to 160. Now, from the couple times I've seen Bryant before this, he actually 3-bets a solid amount, and he's been relatively quiet at this table, and I wonder if that was because of the player texture at this table so far. And by relatively quiet, he's still making noise, but he's not. I mean, I've seen him 3-betting like 70% of the time before. You know what I mean? And this time he's kind of really picking his spots to get involved here, especially in late position, obviously with the cutoff.
Yep.
Was the straddle $40? No. I was very confused by what happened there. Bryant is the one that 3-bet.
MB Crouton is predicting a King 8-4 all hearts flop. Very possible.
Ooh. I think the Queen 10 is a very loose call here. Queen 10 offsuit. But now that he calls, long card by 8, find a call here.
Yeah,
You're getting like 4.
He is getting a good price, but long card. Oh, he's going to call.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. He likes his price enough.
Very few flops that are good for your hand. But whatever.
We're going to go multi-way. We're going to try and hit it hard. Unfortunately, he doesn't, but nobody
exactly
does.
The flop he was looking for. 665 range.
Yeah, totally. Perfect. We nailed it. Now, Mike has the best hand, and everyone else whiffed colossally. But Mike is not in the betting lead. Bryant is. So with 2 overs and backdoor hearts and, I guess a flop that's unlikely to be hit. But, we are 4 ways. Yeah, baby.
This booth
We're
is
gonna have
insane.
I'm telling you, it's on fleek at this exact time.
Bot Lady Booty in the house.
Whoa, I see what you now alliteration. Finally, we get that alliteration.
Come on down. Try to win that. Bot Lady Booty. That actually sounds like more like a carny guy at the state fair right there. I'm just kidding.
That's right, everybody.
Dude, actually, I did. I respect the state fair carny hustlers with the games. when you're just so good at the game, you just win it every time. You're like, guys, step right up. All you gotta do is pick up this bottle.
Doesn't even look.
I'm gonna do it 20 times in front of you. But you know what? Then I question the guys who can't, like the ring toss on the bottle and the Coke bottle thing. I'm like, hey, show me how this is done. And he's like, nah, bro. Nah, I can't do it.
Can't do that.
What is
So
that?
interesting. Now, seed 4, who you said was kind of a loose call with queen 10. You're right, but he's taking this flop that he thinks everyone is likely to have missed as a reason to bet. He's just going to lead right out into the pre-flop 3-better, and that is annoying if you're Bryant. You know, you're like, man, can't I just have 2 freaking kings here? You know, but you know he doesn't, and 4 has picked a good time to make this donk lead here, and I don't know. Bryant has to fold. Yep. And Postle has air, so this is going to work.
Wasn't queen 10 the original razor?
Oh my
Postle
God.
just rips. Oh my god.
Are you serious?
Dude, and like, hey, C4, welcome to the table. This is what you're up against. Just massive. Like, let me show you what all in 10K looks like
Wow.
with ace high.
So this is so brilliant by Postle, because you know what he reads here? He's like, if C4 really flopped, like let's say he has like 6-7 suited, 6-7 a spade, and he flopped 3 6s. He has 2 5s. He flopped 5s full. Would he just lead? Hell no.
For the
he would
pot?
check to
Right,
the.
he bet a
would,
ton.
He opened pots into the pre-flop 3-better. Absolutely not. He would just check to the pre-flop 3-better, who is continuation betting so often, and go for a check raise. And so Mike reads this as the nothing that it is. It's such a good read by Mike.
Snap.
Brilliant read.
All right, so we got the one and only Jason coming in from the table.
Oh, hey, what's up,
Jason.
dude?
Holla.
What's up, man? Nice to see you. Cheers, brother. Thanks for playing tonight.
Yeah.
Speak really close to the mic, okay? So we're watching this brilliant ship here by Mike. It's just an open rip. Now what happened here is we had a 3-bet from later position with Queen Jack of Hearts, and then it went call, call, call. Seat 4 here, who's one of the callers, decided Mike checks. He decides to open lead pot bet into the pre-flop 3-better, which picked a great time. Queen Jack of Hearts, the pre-flop 3-better had Queen Jack of Hearts and had to fold. But Mike reads this as the nothing that it is and actually ships with just ace high because he thinks, as I was saying, that if seed 4 really flopped 3 6s or really flopped 5s full, he would always check to the pre-flop 3-better. He wouldn't just open lead. Makes no sense. So never, not with a monster, not with the 5s full or trip 6s he's supposed to have, quote unquote, right? So interesting, the dude is making terrible cold calls and 3-bet pots would find ways to win. We'll see, but now it is interesting because what makes a call terrible? In theory land, it's terrible, but this is real world, man. If he's consistently finding ways to win over a long timeline, over a high hand count, what makes the call terrible? You don't like the hole cards?